had just received a draft education and healthcare plan, the local authority says I've got 15 days to get back to them with the name of schools I'd like to go to. Where do I start looking?
Time and time again, parents come to us with the question, what's the right kind of school for my child? So we've interviewed other parents and professionals involved in the process to help you with this decision.
The choices are quite wide and quite varied, so it was only by going to visit places whether we got the feel and could talk to them about our daughter's needs, that they could then say, well, actually this might not be the right place. But it kind of is...
It's quite important to be able to talk to a SENCO about that,
absolutely.
isn't it? And maybe take the EHC plan with you.
Yeah, although they wouldn't look at them.
No,
that was kind of the bit that was a little bit challenging, in that you go to visit, but actually they can't view paperwork or anything until they're submitted by the case officer.
So we're bound by the Code of Practice, so there are very specific pieces of legislation that we have to look at when we're thinking about change of placement or seeking a placement. So firstly, we need to let you know that it's an evidence-based decision-making panel. So even if there are people on that panel who know that young person, we look at the evidence which is on paper. So when we make a decision about placement, we use what is called a consultation to request a placement, and there are 3 questions that we ask really around that. And those factors again are looking at whether they can meet the child's special educational needs, whether it will have an adverse impact on other students, and whether it's a reasonable use of expenditure. But they're the 3 key factors that we look at, and we get that evidence back from the school. So often it's in a letter back from that school, and we consider that a panel. Now we're an evidence-based decision-making panel, so we really drill down that information with the schools, and we try where possible to meet parental preference.
We would make sure that we had all the paperwork from the previous school, including their EHC plan, but also their latest annual review. We would read that all through thoroughly. We would meet with the parents and with the child and show them around the school. And through that process, we would find out, and hopefully enough about the child to make a decision as to whether we can meet their needs.
In summary, visit different schools until you find at least one that suits your child, so that when you receive the draft education, health and care plan, you can tell your EHC coordinator of your school preferences. Your EHC coordinator will send a draft education health care plan to those schools, and they have 15 days to respond. Your case will also be presented at panel, who will decide which school to name in the education health and care plan. And you can appeal if you don't agree with the panel's decision.
If you could give any advice to yourself at the beginning of the process, or to parents at the beginning of the process, what would that be?
I think just to go with your gut instinct of what you think is right for your child. Just to keep getting the information, whether it's from professionals, from other parents, and do all the visits of the schools, because you get so much more from what you experience when you visit a school than from what you read or what you're told. And I think just persistence.
Every situation is unique, so contact us to see how we can help.
Here is a list of words and terms you may hear the professionals use. Statutory guidance. Virtual school head. Special educational needs coordinator, SENCO. Special Resource Provision, SRP. Further Education, FE College. Independent School. Local Authority. local offer, mainstream school, maintained, national curriculum, non-maintained special school, parent care reform, education, health and care plan, first tier tribunal, SEN and disability, free school. People Referral Unit, PRU. Reasonable adjustments. School forum. SEN code of practice. SEN information report. SEN support. SEND tribunal.